Greetings everyone, welcome to InvoiceNow, the what, why, and how. In today's video, we will be covering solution integration and enhancements. I will be explaining how you can integrate your business system with the Peppol Network, so that you are able to exchange Peppol documents with your business partners on the network. By business system, we mean either your ERP system, financial system, procurement system, or other types of business system that deal with business finance documents, such as invoice, credit notes, or purchase orders. This video is designed for those of you running your own business systems. If you are using an out-of-the-box accounting solution, which we call InvoiceNow-ready solutions, the Peppol connection will be taken care of by the solution provider. There isn't a need for you to do anything except to turn on and use. But if you are using your own business system, you will have to take care of the integration with the Peppol Network yourself. By the end of this video, we hope you will know the basic things that need to be done to make your business system Peppol ready. Let's get started. First, I would like to introduce you to the Peppol ID. The Peppol ID is a unique identity that represents your business on the Peppol Network. Think of it as your business's phone number or email address on the Peppol Network. It is how the system identifies you as an end user, whether you are sending an invoice to a customer or receiving one from a supplier. In Singapore, our Peppol ID starts with this, followed by your unit entity number or UEN. For example, this. Your Peppol ID will then look like this. Later in this video, I will touch on how your system will work with a Peppol ID. You get the Peppol ID when you are registered on the Peppol Network. Your access point handles the registration. This process will require you to authorize the registration using a Corpus account owned by your business. After your access point initiates the registration, you will receive an email guiding you on how to do it. It's quite straightforward. Work with your access point to do it. There can only be one unique registration for your Peppol ID on the network. Some of you might already have your business registered on the network that is linked to a solution, such as a free invoicing solution. If your intent is to align the registration to link to the targeted business system, you will need to re-register. You may work with your access point to do this. Registering on the Peppol Network usually takes place after you have prepared your business system and are ready to connect. Let us now see how to prepare your system to be Peppol ready. I will cover the preparation of your business system in two parts. Number 1, establishing technical connectivity. This is about linking your system to an access point to enable you to send and receive business documents through the Peppol Network. Number 2, enhancing your system. This is about adapting your business system for compatibility and better user experience for Peppol transactions, such as adding new fields or streamlining workflows. Now, let's look at establishing the technical connectivity. The crux of this is to see how data moves from your business system to the access point and vice versa. For ease of explanation, I will focus on explaining the outbound data flow, that is how data from the business system is extracted, transformed, and loaded into the access point for transmission into the Peppol Network. Documents are exchanged on the Peppol Network using the Peppol XML format, which is the universal standard on Peppol. The access point validates the documents based on this format to ensure that it is correctly packaged according to the standard and rules. The data from the business system will undergo transformations that end with a complete and properly packaged Peppol XML file for transmitting into the Peppol Network. For more details, you may check out my video on working with Peppol format. Basically, there are two approaches in transforming your system data into the Peppol format. In approach 1, your business system generates the Peppol XML directly. This gives you total control over how every field in your business system maps to the Peppol format. For example, if you are on an SAP system, you might use a tool to export the XML files. But if your business system does not have this capability, you might need to do some coding or use an external plugin. Note that this option will mean you will need to have up-to-date knowledge of the Peppol format to maintain your system. In approach 2, your business generates a custom file format mutually agreed with your access point. You send them something simpler like a CSV file with columns for the invoice fields, and they transform it into Peppol XML. This approach is expected to incur less work as you are counting on the expertise and product of the access point to produce the final Peppol XML documents. Choose the option that best suits you. Now, let's go a bit deeper into the 3-step: extract, transform, load process. The exact extraction process will be based on the data mapping specification, which provides the guidance on where the specific data element can be found. As was mentioned earlier, some business systems come with an export function you can use. The alternative approach is to develop scripts that extract the data from the underlying database. This approach requires deep knowledge of the system's underlying database structure. At times, the extraction and transformation processes are combined, meaning the data is extracted and converted into a targeted format such as Peppol XML or a custom format in a single step. You may wonder when the data should be extracted. This usually aligns with how the business system is designed. It could be extracted near real time, immediately after the user submits the document for sending via the Peppol Network, or extracted in a batch mode on a predetermined operational schedule. Transformation focuses on the end product of the process, which could either be the Peppol XML or a custom format. Quite often, the data transformation is carried out by a transformation module that could be inherent in the technology the business system is using, in a third-party plugin, or an in-house developed module. You will likely make your choice based on what product you are using and the technical expertise you possess. Note that the complete Peppol XML includes a document header or envelope. The technical term for this is Standard Business Document Header or SBDH. While it is not very common, there could also be an arrangement where you provide the XML file containing the business document or payload to your access point, who then wrap the payload with the SBDH to complete the Peppol XML format. Loading is the act of transferring the data to the destination, which in this case is the access point. There are typically two popular methods, using API or SFTP. Both are common options provided by access points, even though they may have a preferred connection method. I will cover a bit more details on each of these methods. On API integration, API option may allow exchanging a richer set of data, particularly information surrounding the payload, such as doc IDs, status, channels, timestamp, and etc. API option will be one that supports near real-time transmission, where you can have the document going straight out into the network immediately after the user submits it. It requires development to integrate with access points API. Some business systems come with open API interfaces you can tap on to establish the connection. Access point designs their own API, which means they differ from one AP to another. On SFTP integration, SFTP is a simpler but well-established option. It is commonly used for batch transfers. It may rely on folder structures that your access point specifies. You will need to understand and work with them. After the file is transferred, the access point will complete whatever remaining data packaging there is. Run the package against a validation function, and if no problem is found, it delivers the message into the network using a process called dynamic discovery. This involves directory lookups, followed by encryption and delivery to its destination over a standard protocol. The access point keeps track of the transmission and should report the delivery status to you. Work with them to see how this information will be provided to you. If you receive information that the transmission was not successful, you can fix the problem at your end and work with the access point on the best method to resend. Failures can be caused by structural errors in the XML, content that failed the validation rule, lookup failures, or simply network problems. Be sure to have an agreed upon process to handle such failures. We have covered the entire process of moving the data from your business system and delivering it into the Peppol Network. It is basically the same for the reverse flow, that is receiving business document from the network into your business system. However, sometimes you may choose to do it differently. For example, you may take the service of the access point to generate the XML files for sending. But for receiving, you may choose to directly handle the incoming XML file, ingesting it into your business system. In the next topic, I'd like to cover possible enhancements you can make to your business system to better adapt to using InvoiceNow. I will cover 3 areas. The common starting point in adopting InvoiceNow is to implement it for e-invoicing. IMDA has extended InvoiceNow to also support purchase orders and invoice responses. In case you are unfamiliar, an invoice response is a useful status of invoice processing at the buyer's side that is sent back to the supplier. The status includes in process, rejected, and fully paid, among others. Implementing support for these additional business documents helps to further digitalize your process and bring more benefits to you. For purchase orders, you can consider connecting your purchase system to the Peppol Network to issue e-orders out to your suppliers. If you are a supplier, you can consider creating the ability in your business system to accept an order so you can automate tracking of order fulfillment and use the information to generate invoices, saving data entry efforts. To support the issuing of invoice responses, you have to ensure that your business system has the ability to track the processing status and use it to generate the response. You have the option to choose to track and respond for key statuses. The table on the screen shows all the responses you can have. The ones in bold are the recommended ones to support. If you are a supplier issuing e-invoices over InvoiceNow, you can consider supporting the receipt of invoice responses and adapting your business system to display the status information for the benefits of your end users. Earlier, I introduced you to the Peppol ID that is used to identify the businesses on the network. To make it easier for your users to adopt InvoiceNow, we recommend including the Peppol ID in your customer and vendor masters, or equivalent databases. The assistant of the Peppol ID in your customer master can be used to prompt the user to send invoices via InvoiceNow. The assistant of the Peppol ID in your vendor master can be used to prompt the user to send e-orders to the supplier. It can also be used to check incoming invoices from InvoiceNow if the supplier is recognized to avoid wrongful payment. How to go about populating the Peppol IDs in your system? There are 2 possible approaches. You can use the SG Peppol directory. The SG Peppol directory is an open website provided by IMDA containing all the Singapore businesses registered on the network. It also contains what documents they can receive. You can develop an interface with the SG Peppol directory to check for your business counterparty registration using the UEN information you already have on them. You can do it in real time, where you do an API call when the user is working on a specific business partner. Note that you may face latency issues as the call goes out to an external source for real-time checking. Alternatively, you can download the directory on a periodic basis and perform checks locally to improve on user experience. The other way to know the Peppol IDs is simply by checking with your business partner manually. You can gather their Peppol IDs and enter the information in your customer or vendor masters. Adapting your business system with differentiated features between Peppol invoices and non-Peppol invoices may bring some additional benefits such as improving user experience, providing useful information to promote change with business partners, and encouraging further efficiency in internal processing. The following are some possible system changes to consider. Provide a clear choice for users to send invoices over InvoiceNow. Embed a message in PDF invoices to encourage buyers to be on InvoiceNow. Make invoices that came through InvoiceNow visible to users so that they can nudge their suppliers who have not adopted InvoiceNow to come on board. Extending this idea further, a dashboard can be developed to provide analysis and insights on InvoiceNow transactions. If suppliers include cost center or business unit information in the buyer reference field, allocate the invoices into the right bucket or automate the routing to shorten processing time. These are only some suggested features to consider. You may have others that you deem useful. Let's recap the key points. I have covered in this video how you can connect your business system to the Peppol Network, highlighting that you have an option to decide who handles the Peppol XML file. I have also covered the need for the Peppol ID, how to obtain it, and what you can do with it. And lastly, I have also shared what possible system enhancements can be done to make things easier for your users and get more out of InvoiceNow. Before we conclude, I'd like to touch on several commonly asked questions. The first question, can I connect only my accounts payable system to the network and have the billing part done later? Yes, you can. This is quite a common approach when you have two different systems handling two different flows. You can also switch the order, that is to first cover accounts receivable and later launch the project to connect your accounts payable side. The second question, my business system is managed by our head office overseas. Can they connect the system to our network here? Yes, they can. However, they have to work with IMDA's accredited access point who will help you register for the network. There are situations where the system is already connected to the Peppol network through the implementation in another country. In this case, they can have their access point apply for IMDA's accreditation or have a separate connection with a new access point in Singapore. The last question, we have a supplier portal. Do we continue using it? As InvoiceNow network continues to grow, you will see more suppliers choosing to send invoices using InvoiceNow, while others continue to use the portal. Hence, it will be helpful to start considering the differences between these two channels. Early planning could help ensure a smooth experience for everyone involved. I hope all these are useful to help you in your journey to get connected. Thanks for watching. Have a good day ahead.